All right, guys, welcome back to my apartment. Here we are checking out a brand new guitar, this time from EASTROCK Guitars, and we can see the Beatles there saying hi to us on their packaging. Very well branded, this guitar. Great packaging all around, I will say, at the very top. Probably the best packaging I've seen. I know I've said that before, but this is better packaging. Keeping in mind that the 10-watt amp, guitar, strap, and all the other stuff that you saw advertised on Amazon is all here, as we can see. That 10-watt amp sound, and we're going to open it kind of out of frame here. And I'm bad with scissors, guys. Apologies about being bad with scissors. But it's going to come into frame quickly. Almost throw it across the room there. You know, basic little 10-watt amp sounds a lot better clean than it does dirty or with any kind of drive, which is to be expected, but doesn't sound terrible clean. I want to make that clear. It is not a bad, small, boxy 10-watt amp clean. Here I am again, being bad with scissors again. I know, I always look like I'm about to stab myself. I'm an elderly man. I've been using scissors for a long time. So far, I hasn't cut off a finger. Okay, we have, here's the cord on the top there. That is already opened. It is not a brand new cord. It's a used cord. Works, but it is used. This strap, basic black strap, works well, is comfortable. Kind of my favorites, actually, are just the basic little straps, nothing on them. And there's the tuner. I'm going to open it up for you there. We have the lithium-ion battery. And, you know, basic, you put in the lithium battery, and it's going. And it works. And I'm still using it. I use it on other guitars even, believe it or not. Okay, that is a very cushiony, or pretty cushiony bag there, by the way, the kit bag. About a ½ inch of cushion, which is very appreciated. All these goodies, by the way, coming for the low price of $140 with the guitar, which is an astonishing deal if this guitar is any good. And spoiler alert, it is not. Okay, you get a dust cloth, get some strings, you know, a bunch of stuff they're throwing at you here. You get the trem bar, which it's not even worth mentioning. Capo, very useful. Both are useful to have. Okay, let's take a look at this guitar. It is actually, it looks exactly like it does on the Amazon page, although this color is sold out. I'm sure they'll have it back again soon. You get that nice deep black wood there on the fingerboard, although we will be talking about that shortly. You see a lot of my dog's toys are on the ground there. So yeah, they did a pretty good job with the sparkle finish. You know, before we do any kind of close inspection, when you're just looking at it, it looks pretty normal. It looks like a normal guitar that has a nice sparkle finish that you got for $140 with a bunch of extras, and you're like, well, cool, maybe I got away with a cool deal here. Look at the fretboard here is almost suspiciously dark. We will talk about that shortly. This is listed as ebony. No comment. And that is the headstock. There, big and retro and cool. The frets are small and not very good. You know, satin finish on the neck here. I like the skunk stripe. More figure in the skunk stripe than there is on the fretboard. And anyway, so we're going to get into the review first here, and then we're going to jump to the tone demo. So enjoy. Hi guys, welcome back. Andy here with a brand new guitar, this time by EASTROCK Guitars. It is their 39-inch full-size guitar designed for beginners. Before we jump into the guitar, I want to make a few things clear, though, about me and my channel. One, I am 6'5" and 280 pounds-ish. These are normal-sized guitars. Huge dude, normal-sized guitars. I'm not playing mini guitars. I'm not trying toy guitars out at all. Number two, today I was shaving to try and even out my COVID beard, giant, weird, horrible hair situation for you. Try and look a little bit neater. I did not succeed, and now I look even sloppier somehow, so enjoy that. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Andy here with another brand new guitar. This time it is the 39-inch full-size guitar by EASTROCK Guitars. It is the first guitar that comes up when you search on Amazon for cheap guitars, or at least it was when I bought it. It was $140 when I bought it. It is now $170. A few days ago it was $140. A few days before that, $182. The price is fluctuating rapidly, which is always a good sign. This one is actually sold out on their website. I'm sure they'll have more of them soon, but the other three colors are black, white, and the worst sunburst I've ever seen. It looks like it was really designed on computer, or the picture was like edited in Photoshop. We'll get into the guitar in just a second, but let's start with some of the goodies that they throw at you. One, this 10-watt amp. It's a little boxy 10-watt amp, practice amp for your room. Works perfectly well, sounds like a boxy little 10-watt amp. Basic strap, works fine, very comfortable. Allen key and picks, always appreciated. Strings, always appreciated. Cord, always appreciated. Capo, good capo. Glad I have it, works well, can slide it easily up and down the neck. Tuner, I almost never use these because I hate the way they look on the tops of headstocks, but this is the first one I've owned and I'm using it all the time now. It's great. You can just take it off the headstock. It's great. Okay, I'm not even going to talk about the trim because I don't have the trim here, which is appropriate because it's impossible to use. It also comes with this pretty cushy gig bag with their big old attractive logo, EASTROCK, emblazoned on the front. Yet more good marketing. And perhaps the greatest marketing of all, they have the Beatles on their packaging. Look at that. That's a great package, okay? Pretty good picture of the Beatles. Ringo has some issues on his nose there. Not sure why they did that. Maybe it was like a mistake and they decided just to fill it in. Didn't have time. I don't know. In general, when a company is throwing all sorts of goodies at you, like this, it is because the central product is not that great, okay? The neck is straight, basically, is intonated pretty well. You can play it right out of the box. However, upon any kind of inspection, this guitar falls apart. Let's start up top with the headstock. Don't mind the shape. Don't even hate the logo. Don't hate the name. These tuners, however, are stiff and fall out of tune incredibly fast. It feels like they just barely want to hold on to the string. This is just some plastic nut. They didn't even really even fully bore out the truss rod hole here, or sand it even. So watch out if you're touching this guitar with bare fingers, which we all do. Nobody wears gloves when they play a guitar. These frets are small and sharp and bad, and you have to push down really hard on the strings to get any kind of tone out of them. You heard in the beginning how hard it was for me to get good tone out of this guitar. I make everything sound beautiful, of course, but nevertheless, it's really difficult to get any kind of tone out of this guitar. This is listed on the website, on Amazon, as being both wood, the fretboard I mean, as being both just wood, which usually means like phoenix wood or some sort of amalgamated lower quality wood, and on their own materials as ebony. This is not ebony, okay? I believe this is actually painted. I'm about 80% sure that this has been painted. It's some mediocre wood that's been painted black. They heard ebony and they think ebony is not just black. This is an ebony fretboard. You can clearly see figure throughout. Hopefully that's picking up. You can clearly see yellows and browns and whites going all the way up. That's exactly what I want, and that's what a lot of people want when they get an ebony fretboard. Yes, the sides are black. Yes, it's a dark wood, but it is not all black, and I think they painted this because I see no figure at all. It doesn't have the same kind of dry spots that a lot of wood gets when it hasn't been painted or filled in with a whole bunch of stuff. The back of the neck feels okay. It's maple. Who knows if that's true? It is real wood. You can see it's one piece of wood. I don't mind the way that it's shaped. I like the skunk stripe here. But in general, this neck is just I just toss it. I get a new neck. The pickups are also a total throwaway. Even this humbucker has trouble handling any level of distortion or gain, okay? That should not be the case. There's so many great little pickup companies now that make spectacular single coil pickups that can handle distortion and gain. But to have a humbucker that you can't put distortion through now, I mean, everybody's loving metal now. Everybody's putting all kinds of funky effects through their guitars. You have to be able to handle distortion. Basic. Do not throw them out. Do not throw the neck out either, okay? There's uses for everything. The body is the part that made me click. It's the part that made you click, let's be honest. This is a cool looking body. A lot of companies don't just do a big sparkly like this, especially not a Strat. Strats are like reserved, solemn guitars, and we're not going to be happy when playing them. But this is a really cool Strat, and you could probably decorate it with a lot of cool stuff. It could be a great gift for a younger person who wants to put a bunch of stickers and cool stuff on a guitar. It could really look cool. You can keep the pick guard. It's a normal pick guard lined with black. I actually kind of like that. But there are, believe it or not, problems with the body. This was not made on a CNC machine. There are flat points. There are weird redo points. This was like made by the FNG at the blanking new guy at the factory. We've all been FNGs, okay? And I think this was made by like the owner's nephew. They're like, all right, bring him in, let him play. We shouldn't let him do one of the silver ones. Let him do it, okay. And he messed it up, and they couldn't afford to just let it go. So they salvaged it, and this is the guitar I got. Perhaps you've gotten a better guitar from EASTROCK. I don't want to impugn all of EASTROCK's guitars with this kind of low quality, but this is the quality I'm seeing here. Guitar wood doesn't have to just be strong to handle the string tension. It has to not be too soft because you're going to be putting screws in and out of it so often as you take things in and out. It has to be a wood that's going to maintain its integrity under a lot of stress. And so if this is really cruddy wood, and you take the screws out and you're going to put a bunch of cool new stuff in, and you find out that you can't use the body anymore, you're kind of out a whole bunch of money in addition to the money you're already out if you've bought this guitar. So I'd be really careful. Bring it to a luthier, bring it to your guitar person, make sure that this guitar can handle, I think it can, it's very light, but just make sure this guitar can handle being souped up and used as like a chopper guitar. Now, I understand you may have already bought this guitar and you may have already bought it for somebody else. There are ways to upgrade this guitar. Go to one of these companies, G&L, Warmoth, a whole bunch of different companies can get you a beautiful neck that will fit directly. You can take the exact dimensions of this and get the exact kind of neck you want. Make sure you know what neck you want though. Try different necks. If you want jumbo frets, a lot of people love jumbo frets because it makes it a lot easier for you to get that great tone when you press down and not as hard. These are really small frets. These are the opposite. What kind of frets do you like? What kind of neck do you like? What kind of look do you like? Do you want something really dark to contrast the silver of the guitar? Like, there's a lot of different choices you can make, especially if you're getting into the guitar world and you're just trying to make a cool guitar for yourself to play. There's great companies that do pre-wired pickup setups, okay? They'll do triple single, they'll do humbucker single humbucker, they'll do SSH, whatever it is. This is obviously an SSH. I wouldn't recommend trying to route out a whole new, maybe the wood can take it, but I wouldn't recommend trying to route out another humbucker slot here. If you want a cheap guitar to just like learn on, like some, car guys will go to like the dump and get an old engine and take it home and put it together and take it apart and put it together and take it apart until they know how to build an engine. Some people want to do that with guitars. You want to get a cheap guitar, put it together, take it apart, put it together, take it apart until you know how to build a guitar. This may or may not be that for you, especially if you bought it by accident and now you're stuck with it. Maybe that's what you should do with it, but just keep in mind about the wood. It is balanced really well, strangely. It looks good from afar, like you wouldn't be able to tell that it's a lemon from afar, which makes it a good lemon. Now, if you somehow got a better version, if your neck really feels great and everything works really well, let me know in the comments, okay? I'd love to hear about your experiences with EASTROCK guitars because this is my first experience with them. I went to their website, there was nothing there. So it's just all a little bit fishy, a little bit sketchy. They are a very good marketing company. They have yet to impress me with their guitar making, okay? So we'll jump into the tone demo now. Really listen to that tone demo because I know you're going to love it. Thank you guys for checking out my channel. I love doing these things for you. And to everybody who has subscribed and joined and clicked like and commented, I thank you so much. I am so grateful, and I will always try and do more cool stuff for you. Please like and subscribe. It makes these more possible. Please comment below. I'd love to keep doing these more and more and more, and the more of you I can get on board, the more I can do them. So please do enjoy the tone demo, and until next time, keep playing.